British ministers have convened an emergency Cobra meeting amid concerns that the Israel-Hamas conflict has raised the possibility of a domestic terrorist incident. Authorities have warned of a surge in both anti-Semitic as well as Islamophobic incidents across Britain. Mass demonstrations also rocked the nation over the weekend. Tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters took to the streets of London and other major cities, demanding an immediate ceasefire, many urging Britain to take a firm stance after it abstained from a UN resolution calling for a humanitarian truce in Gaza. Several Jewish groups also held vigils for hostages who were taken by Hamas on October 7th. Amid the widening unrest, officials are looking to ensure that British systems remain safe and secure from the threat of terrorism. The country's MI5 intelligence agency currently regards the threat level as substantial, meaning an attack is likely. For more, John Beaver joins us. He's live from Bristol. John, is there a chance that the terror threat might be raised following this meeting? I mean, what steps can we expect the UK to actually take to prevent violence from the Israel-Hamas conflict?
Well, certainly some senior police officers here have said they are concerned about an increased threat when it comes to unrest and terrorism as well. As you say, the threat level at the moment here in the UK is deemed to be substantial. It could be raised to severe. Now, that would mean that an attack is highly likely. They could even raise it 2 levels to critical, meaning an attack is highly likely in the near future. So we are expecting to hear about that in the coming hours. As you say, this Cobra meeting has been taking place this morning because there is a real fear here that there is a danger in the UK because of the conflict that's taking place. There is this worry not only against Jewish communities and Palestinian communities, but also wider threats as well. And all of that is being discussed at the Cobra meeting. As you mentioned, we've seen protests, counter-protests, vigils, all taking place. So this is the background to all of this. We also heard the chief rabbi of the Commonwealth said here in the UK last year that Jews in Britain feel more at risk than at any stage since World War II. So certainly there is this wider feeling that the Jewish community, the Palestinian community, and the wider UK as well, that there could be some risks because of what's happening in the Middle East. So all of that's being discussed at this Cobra meeting where they are talking about the threat level.
Specifically, John, are those reasons, and perhaps are there other reasons why these protests may have triggered, what we're seeing for this meeting to take place now, specifically at this time?
Yeah, there is also very much a belief amongst the security services, so that's MI5, MI6, as well as GCHQ, which is not far from where I am now, which deals with communications and monitoring of communications. There is a fear amongst the security services here that Iran could be getting involved in these protests and could be trying to stoke division and basically stir up feelings that people might have towards the UK. And certainly that is a fear that is being taken very seriously. And I think the fact this Cobra meeting is taking place shows you just how seriously Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, his government, consider the threat to be, as well as, of course, senior police officers will be at this meeting, as well as members of the security service. We also heard the Foreign Secretary say that he was concerned about Iranian agents and the influence they might be having on these pro-Palestinian protests. And he said that these pro-Palestinian demonstrators should be conscious of disinformation and manipulation as Iran seeks to sow division. So certainly everyone involved is taking this very seriously, and we should find out later whether the threat level has been changed, as the UK is deeply concerned about threats here within the UK itself.
All right, John, thank you for that. John Beaver there, live for us from Bristol.